anxious to rise quickly and easily to the top of the business world. You can.
I can.
If you have intelligence and education and ability, so much the better. But remember that thousands have reached the top without any of these qualities. Just have courage and memorize the simple rules in the chapters that follow. If you truly wish to be among the lucky golden few, you can.
I can. How to apply for a job. How to advance from the mailroom. How to sit down at a desk. How to dictate memorandums. How to develop executive style. How to commute in a 3-button suit with that weary executive smile. This book is all that I need. How to succeed.
How to
Observe personnel.
How to
Select who to lunch with.
How to
Avoid petty friends.
How to
Begin making contacts. How to walk into a conference room with an idea, brilliant business idea that will make your expense account zoom.
How to choose the right company. Before applying for a job, make sure you have chosen the right company. It is essential that the company be a big one, so that nobody knows exactly what anyone else is doing.
Say, Joe, I've got a complaint from our dealers in Cleveland about the last shipment of wickets. They only received half their wickets. They ordered 300,000.
I know, Mr. Gatch, but they wanted 2 toned wickets, and we ran out.
Ran out? What is this? A hot dog stand?
Look, this is the Worldwide Wicket Company. We're supposed to be the largest single producer of wickets in the world.
Now take it easy, Mr. Gatch. There was trouble at our eastern plant. A breakdown.
Well, get on the ball. I want to keep Cleveland wicked-minded.
Yes, sir. Oh, Mr. Matthews, any news about the breakdown?
Oh, I'm feeling much better. Oh, say, Tackberry, did you get my memo?
What memo?
My memo about memos. We're sending out too many memos, and it's got to stop.
All right, I'll send out a memo.
The right company. This book is all that I need. How to succeed.
Never mind, never mind. Back to work, everybody.
You heard me. I said back to work.
I'm sorry I bumped into you, sir, but I would like to apply for a job.
A job? Do you know who I am?
No, sir.
I'm J.B. Bigley. I'm president of this company. That's who I am. How dare you come to me for a job?
I'm sorry, sir, but I just...
Why do you think I have a personnel man? Why do you think I have a whole worthless personnel department? Son, you bumped into the wrong man. Inconsiderate, incapable, insensitive morons.
I'm sorry. I know how hard it is to find a job. I've been through that kind of thing myself.
Thank you, miss. You're very kind. Could you tell me where the personnel department is?
Personnel? It's right over there.
Thank you.
You're not discouraged?
Of course not. I'm prepared for exactly that sort of thing.
Say, my friend Smitty works in personnel. Maybe she can help you. I'll go get her.
But, miss, it's really not...
Where do you think you're going?
To see the personnel manager, sir.
I'm the personnel manager, and we're not hiring anyone today.
But I was just speaking to Mr. Bigley, and he said...
Bigley?
Yes, sir. He...
J.B. Bigley.
Yes, he, told me to see you.
J.B. Bigley himself. You were talking to him.
Yes, I just bumped into him.
Ah, is he a friend of yours?
Sir, I don't think a man should trade on friendship for a job.
Very well put, young man. Well, if you just step into my office, I think we can work something out. My name is Brad, and you are?
Finch, sir. Pierpont Finch.
Pierpont. Say, maybe that ought to be J. Pierpont Finch.
As a matter of fact, it is.
Well, just step into my office.
Good God, Rosemary, you could have at least let me finish my sandwich.
Smitty, this is important. We've got to help him. Where is he?
How would I know?
He's gone into Brad's office. You go in there. He's your secretary.
But why this frantic urgency?
Smitty, we've got to help this boy.
Fill me in, girl. Wherefore is this creep different from all other creeps?
Smitty, he's not a creep. He has a sort of noble courage. Yet deep down inside, I feel he's kind of helpless.
Rosemary, your motherly instincts are a big drag.
Well, that's all settled. Nice to have you aboard, Finch.
Happy to ship out with you, sir.
Who is that?
That's my helpless friend. Isn't he adorable?
Adorable, maybe. Helpless, no.
Oh, shut up, Smitty. I just hope he hasn't got a girl.
My secretary will take care of the forms and getting your particulars. Oh, Smitty, this is our new Mr. Finch.
Hello there.
My name's Pilkington. Rosemary Pilkington.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Mr. Finch is going to be working in the mailroom. Glad you don't mind that, Finch.
Sir, in a big pond like this, everyone must begin as a little fish.
Even a barracuda.
Now, Smitty, will you please help me?
Say, bud, have you guys in the mailroom sent out those wicked catalogs yet?
I don't know. I'm going to lunch.
At 11 o'clock, why?
Because I'm the boss's nephew.
Oh, Bud. This is Bud Frump, Mr. Bigley's nephew. This is Mr. Finch. He's going to be working with you in the mailroom.
Hello, Finch. I'm Bud Frump, Mr. Bigley's nephew.
How do you do?
Smitty, get Mr. Finch's particulars.
Yes, sir.
Finch, nice to have you on our team.
Happy to be playing with you, sir.
Finch, you ambitious?
Not necessarily.
Good. Just keep that in mind. If you just remember who you are and remember who I am, we'll get on fine. But if not,
You'll go crying to your uncle.
I beg your pardon. I do not go crying to my uncle. It just so happens that my mother is Mrs. Bigley's sister. If I feel that anything is wrong, I phone my mother. She phones Mrs. Bigley, and Mrs. Bigley phones Mr. Bigley. That's the democratic way.
Finch, a man like you doesn't have to worry about someone like him. Smitty, you were going to get Mr. Finch's particulars.
Ah, yes, particulars. Now, Mr. Finch, the first question.
Have you got a girl?
A girl? No.
Great! I mean, that's the right answer. I mean, it's very wise not to have a girl.
I'm glad you understand that, Miss Pilkington. You see, I feel that when a man wants to rise in the world of business, a girl, or let's say an emotional involvement, can only lead to being involved emotionally.
Well, that's very intelligent, Mr. Finch.
Yes. Rosemary, are you through with Mr. Finch?
For the moment.
Fine. If you just stepped in my office, we'll get our business done.
Good luck, Mr. Finch.
Thank you, Miss...
Pilkington. Rosemary Pilkington.
I'm glad to be aboard.
Well, Rosemary, you see?
I think he's fascinating.
I've seen some ambitious characters around here, but this boy's the eagerest beaver of them all.
New Rochelle.
Huh?
New Rochelle.
What are you talking about?
New Rochelle.
What's that about?
That's the place where the mansion will be. For me and my darling, bright young man, I picked out for marrying me. He'll do well, I can tell. So it isn't a moment too soon to plan on my life in New Rochelle, the wife of my darling tycoon.
Rosemary, you'll be in New Rochelle, and your friends will be here in the office.
Smitty,
You're in for some lonely nights.
I'm prepared for exactly that sort of thing. I'll be so happy to keep his dinner warm while he goes onward and upward. Happy to keep his dinner warm till he comes wearily home from downtown. I'll be there waiting until his mind is clear while he looks through me, right through me, waiting to say good evening, dear. I'm pregnant. What's new with you? From downtown. Oh, to be loved by a man I respect, to bask in the glow of his perfectly understandable neglect. Oh, to belong in the aura of his frown, darling, busy frown. Such heaven, wearing the wifely uniform while he goes onward and upward. Happy to keep his dinner warm till he comes wearily home from downtown.
Coffee break!
It's about time.
There's no coffee.
No coffee?
No coffee.
No coffee? No coffee? No coffee?
No coffee.
No coffee?
If I can't take my coffee break, my coffee break, my coffee break. If I can't take my coffee break, something within me dies.
Lies down and something within me dies.
If I can't take 3 tasty tricks for shining shrine, the ivory drips and taste cardboard between my lips, something within me dies.
Lies down and something within me dies.
No coffee? 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 No coffee!
That office line doesn't have to be fluorescent. I'll get no pains in the head. That office chair doesn't have to be foam rubber. So if I spread, but only one chemical substance gets out the lead.
Like she said, if I can't take my coffee break, my coffee break, my coffee break. If I can't take my coffee break,
What is the sense of
Enterprise.
all gone and something within me dies.
No coffee?
No coffee?
No coffee?
No coffee? No coffee? No coffee? No coffee? No coffee? No coffee?
No coffee!
If I can't take my coffee break,
Something within me dies.
coffee, coffee,
Where I don't metabolize
coffee, coffee,
something within me.
coffee or otherwise, coffee or otherwise, coffee or otherwise, something inside of me
are working in the mailroom. One word of caution about the mailroom. It is a place out of which you must get. Some of your rivals will not have the advantage of this knowledge, but you are forearmed. Do not get stuck in the mailroom. Plan to rise.
Finch, where are you going? What have you got there?
It's the executive mail.
I'll take that. Trying to get in good on the inside, huh?
But I'm merely trying to do my job.
The executive mail is my job. Finch, if you have any ideas of climbing a ladder around here, the view is going to get awfully monotonous. Every time you look up, you'll see the seat of my pants.
Well, that's rotten. Rotten. You know, Bud Frump is just jealous of you. He's just trying to keep the big executives from noticing you.
Thank you for defending me, Miss Pilkington.
Oh, please, call me Rosemary.
Okay, Rosemary.
Now, Mr. Finch.
Call me Ponty.
Okay, Ponty. The big executives will notice you. Just be patient.
Patient? Do you realize I've been working here one whole week?
Oh, I know, Ponty. I haven't forgotten. Happy anniversary.
Thanks, Rosemary. At least you notice me.
I wish I were a big executive. Oh, here she comes.
Huh?
Miss Jones, Mr. Bigley's secretary. I'd better look busy, and you too.
Pardon me, ma'am. You should be wearing this. It goes with your hair.
Young man, you just want me to have this flower? You don't know who I am?
That doesn't matter. What matters is that the flowers seem to cry out to be worn by you.
Young man, I'm Miss Jones, Mr. Bigley's secretary.
No, you can't be. You just can't be.
Why not?
Well, from Bud Frump's description of you, you're not a frightening person at all.
Thank you.
If it's not out of my place to say so, Miss Jones, I think you're a very attractive person.
What did you say your name was?
Finch, ma'am. F-I-N-C-H.
How is it I haven't seen you before?
Oh, I'm not supposed to deliver the executive mail. That's his job. Frump. F-R-U-M-P.
Well, thank you very much, young man.
Thank you, Miss Jones.
Say, Jonesy, like an appointment with the boss at around 3.
I'll check on it, Mill, and let you know.
Ah, flowers. You got a new boyfriend, Jonesy?
This was given to me by a very nice young man. You should know him. Finch?
Yes?
Finch, this is Mr. Gatch.
Hello, Mr. Gatch.
Hello?
Mr. Gatch would be a good man for you to know. His department is very important.
Oh, I know all about Mr. Gatch. He's in charge of plans and systems and interdepartmental evaluation, also pre-promotional promotion, post-administrative research, and multiple development on a multi-level level.
Hey, Jonesy, this is a smart one. I didn't know I did all that.
Very fine man, Mr. Gatch. I hear he has an opening in his department.
Yes, he has. But he hasn't been able to make up his mind. Well, thank you for the flower, young man.
Thank you, Miss Jones.
Hi, Jonesy.
Miss Jones.
Say, Rose.
Finch, quit goofing off. You've got to pick up the second delivery.
Righto, Bud. Oh, buddy boy. Gotta go to work, Rosemary. Thanks for the flower.
Thanks for the flower. You gave my flower to Miss Jones.
Rosemary, surely you don't begrudge an old lady a moment of happiness.
Well, I guess it is important for you to be nice to Miss Jones.
I'm glad you understand that. Goodbye, Rosemary.
Well, Rosemary, how are you doing?
Oh, I don't know, Smitty. He's... Smitty. What's the opposite of a sex maniac?
A businessman?
is not personal. I'm calling my mother. Thanks. One of these days, when I'm running the show around here, I'll clear out the whole... Hello? Mother? Bud. I know I left without my sweater, but it's warm. Now look, Mother, I just found out something important. There's going to be a new head of the mailroom, and I want the job. You've got to call in Gertrude and... I know I'm next in line, but there's this new fellow working here. He's got me kind of worried. Oh, he comes in on time, never goofs off, polite, you know, a real rat.
Yes, Miss Jones?
Mr. Bigley, your wife is calling.
Well, tell her I'm busy. Tell her I'm in a meeting. Tell her I'm out. Ow, put her on. Hello, Gertrude. Glad you called. What's on your mind? I'm busy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, Gertrude, I can't help Bud there. The head of the mailroom should pick his own successor. I can't switch signals in the middle of a play. It would upset the whole team. If I interfered now, that would be nepotism. Nepotism? That's when your nephew's a bumbling fool! Well, I'll see. Women. Miss Jones?
Yes, Mr. B.
I've told you that talking to my wife upsets me.
Well, JB, you said to put her on and...
Never mind that. I need something to calm my nerves. Where is my... You know.
I put it in the bottom of your right-hand drawer.
Thanks.
Let's keep going, boys.
Yes, sir, Mr. Twimble. I've already started sorting.
Finch, as head of this entire mailroom, I'd like to tell you I'm very pleased with your work.
Thank you, sir.
You really have an inborn gift for mailroomery.
It's a great honor.
Hello, mailroomery? No, mailroom? Just a minute. It's for you, Twimble. Mr. Bratt, personnel.
This could be a very important call for some of us. Hello?
What's the idea?
What's the idea of what, Bud?
You know, you're trying to butter up Twimble. Well, believe me, it won't do you any good.
Good God, Bud. Just because I'm being nice to a man, does that mean I have to have an angle?
Well, if anybody's gonna get this job,
I got
you know.
Mr. Bratt. Thanks very much. Well, boys, it looks as if they're going to promote old Twimble to the shipping department.
Congratulations.
Who's gonna be new head of the mailroom?
I won't say it till it's official, but Mr. Bratt is going to leave the decision to me. Twimble, he said, the mailroom is the nerve center of this mighty organization. You've been an outstanding mailroom head, and we want you to choose your own successor. We want you to choose him on merit alone.
That's not fair. I'm going out for a smoke.
Smoke? He's going to call his mother. It won't help him if I had anything to say about it. I've got somebody else in mind for this job.
Mr. Twimble,
Yes?
you've been with this company a long time, haven't you?
A long, long time. Last month, I became a quarter-of-a-century man.
Gee, a quarter of a century. That's beautiful.
Quarter-of-a-century.
How long have you been in the mailroom?
25 years. Yeah, but it's not easy getting a medal like this. It takes a combination of skill, diplomacy, and bold caution. When I joined this firm as a brash young man, well, I said to myself, now, brash young man, don't get any ideas. Well, I stuck to that, and I haven't had one in years.
You play it safe.
I play it the company way. Wherever the company puts me, there I'll stay.
But what is your point of
I
view?
have no point of view.
Supposing the company thinks...
I think so too.
Well, what would you say if...
I wouldn't say.
Your face is a company face.
It smiles at executives and goes back in place.
The company furniture.
Oh, it suits me fine.
The company bed.
A Valentine.
Is there anything you're against?
Unemployment.
When they want brilliant thinking from employees.
That is no concern of mine.
Suppose a man of genius makes suggestions.
Watch that genius get suggested to resign.
So you play it the company way.
All company policy is by me, okay?
You'll never rise up to the top.
There's one thing clear. Whoever the company fires, I will still be here.
You certainly found a home.
It's cozy.
Your brain is a company brain.
The company washed it and now I can't complain.
The company magazine.
Boy, what style, what punch.
The company restaurant.
Every day, same lunch. Their haddock sandwich, it's delicious.
I must try it.
Early in the week.
Do you have any hobbies?
I've a hobby. I play gin with Mr. Brat.
And do you play it nicely?
Play it nicely. Still, he blitzes me in every game like that.
Why?
'Cause I play it the company way. Executive policy is by me, okay?
How can you get anywhere in?
Have no fear. Whoever the company fires, I will still be here.
You will still be
Year after year after fiscal, never take a risk all year. Well, let's get back to work. They may be promoting me, but till then, the mail must go through. Hi, Bud. How's your mother?
What mother?
What mother?
Hello, men. Well, Twimble, it's all set. As of today, you're head of shipping.
Thanks, Mr. Brad.
Now, let's talk about
Hey,
your...
Mr. Bratt, have you heard from my uncle today?
No, Bud. Go ahead, Twimble. Your shoes are going to be hard to fill. Who have you chosen to fill them?
Well, Mr. Brad, I've given it a good deal of thought, pro and con. I think your young man is young Finch.
Congratulations, Finch.
I'm going out for a smoke.
Thanks, but I can't accept.
Are you turning this job down?
That's right, sir. You see, I feel that there's a man who has been here longer than I. A man who is more experienced. Gentlemen, I recommend Bud Frump.
You're kidding.
Bud Frump.
Well, this is something. I mean, surprise-wise. Well, as long as he feels that way.
I'm going to call my mother and tell her.
I don't understand.
Mr. Twimble, let me explain. Knowing you has taught me a lot.
Hello? Yes, JB, this is Brad.
It's the big boss.
Yeah, I understand your problem, JB. But it's all right, JB. The young fellow we picked turned the job over to Bud. He says Bud is better qualified. No, he doesn't seem to be out of his mind. He was explaining it as you called. Go ahead, Finch.
Mr. Twimble, the great thing you have taught me is that no individual is as important as the whole
He says that
company.
no individual is as important as the whole company.
The whole team is greater than any
The
single
whole
player.
team is greater than any single player.
The whole crew is greater than any one
The
oarsman.
whole crew is greater than any one oarsman.
The whole salad is bigger than any piece
The
of
whole
lettuce.
salad is... Oh, you can hear him.
The whole omelet is bigger than any egg.
Isn't that great, JB? Sort of chokes you up, doesn't it? His name? It's Brad.
Finch. F-I-N-C-H.
F-I-N-C-H. Yeah, well, I'm gonna keep an eye on him myself. Right, later, JB. Finch, you really got me off the hook with Mr. Bigley.
Glad to help you, Mr. Bratt.
I appreciate it. Good luck, Twimble.
Oh, Mr. Twimble, don't I have to take mail to Mr. Gatch?
Gatch.
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 Say, I just remembered. Mr. Gatch is looking for a junior executive.
He is?
I'm gonna talk to him.
Me? A junior executive?
Finch, your thoughtfulness may have proven to be a very good thing for you.
By George, ethical behavior always pays.
You did a very wise thing, Finch.
That doesn't matter to me. What matters is that I did what was right.
My mother was very happy.
Boys and girls, meet the new head of the mailroom, Bud Frump.
Thanks, Ponty, old man.
Good luck, Bud.
Come along, Finch. I want to talk to you.
He sure amazed me. I'm still wondering why he did this for me.
So am I. I still think my original choice of man was best.
Now, wait a minute, Twimble. Ponty okayed it.
It's just that...
We'll have no reneging. I was promised the job.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Bud. I've been here a long time, a quarter of a century. I just want to make sure that things are done the right way.
I know what you mean, Mr. Twimble. From now on, I'll play it the company way. Wherever the company puts me there, I'll stay.
Whatever the company tells him that he'll do.
Whatever my uncle may think, I think so too.
He's swimming with company pride.
I've conquered that over-ambitious rat inside.
Old Bud is no longer the frump he used to be.
I pledge to the company's sweet conformity.
Hooray, hooray!
I will someday earn my medal, 25-year employee. I'll see to it that the medal is the only thing they'll ever pin on me.
The frump way is the company way. Executive policy is like an okay.
I'll never be president, but there's one thing clear. As long as my uncle can stand me, I will still be here.
We know that company may like or lumpity neck.
I'm so
and
proud.
If they choose to, the company may dumpity neck.
I'm happy.
But they will never dump from the company man. Frump will play is the company. Frump will play is the company. Frump will play is the company way. Frump.
Come on, everybody. It's a celebration. I want to invite all of you to have lunch on me.
Boys and girls, I have another announcement to make. Mr. Gatch has decided to take young Finch into his department as a junior executive.
Just a minute! That lunch is Dutch. In fact, it's canceled. Just a minute.
Oh, Ponty, that's wonderful. I told you to have patience.
Thanks, Rosemary. You were right.
You know, maybe you should have someone around all of the time to help you think things out.
Maybe I should.
Ponty, I'm always available.
You're sure special, Rosemary. I hope that one day I can show my appreciation and...
Lunch!
Huh?
I said lunch.
What about lunch?
Oh, I'd love to.
Love to what?
You said, what about lunch? Gee, I thought you'd never ask me. Where will we go? Say, I know. There's a little tea room, a very cute little place, called the Hungry Tea. It's very reasonable. I'll get my things and I'll meet you right here.
But I didn't mean, what about lunch? I meant, what about lunch? Oh, I mean...
Say, Finch,
Yes, sir, Mr. Gatch.
how's that young junior executive feeling?
Fine, Mr. Gatch, fine. Come on.
I'll buy you lunch in the executive club on the roof.
Lunch in the executive club? Me?
Sure. Now that you're in the junior executive, I can put you on my expense account.
It's a great honor, Mr. Gatch. I'll get my coat.
Okay, I'll meet you at the elevator. Ah, Rosemary, dear. Seeing you always brightens my days.
Please, Mr. Gatch.
No, I've got to stop reading Playboy.
Rosemary, I've got a surprise for you. Mr. Gatch is taking me to lunch. How do I look?
Oh, Ponty, you look fine, just fine.
Thanks, Rosemary. Goodbye.
If you have followed the simple instructions exactly as outlined, you should by now be a junior executive. Congratulations. Nothing can stop you now. Happy to keep his dinner warm till he comes wearily home.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. But really, Gertrude, I haven't got time for this nonsense about Bud. I know blood is thicker than water, but Bud Frump is thicker than anything. I'll promote him when I'm ready. Now, you listen to me, Gertrude. The next time Bud calls his mother and she calls you and you call me, well, you're all fired. Yes, Miss Jones?
There's a young lady who insists on speaking with you, Mr. B. She says it's personal.
What's her name?
She says you'll know.
Oh, well, put her on, put her on. Hello? Well, now, you knew I wouldn't forget. I'll take care of everything. One moment, please. Miss Jones, get me Bratton personnel right away. Well, it's all settled. You be here tomorrow. Fine? Bye. Brat, JB, I'd like you to do me a favor. I was wondering if you could find a spot for a young lady who wants to be a secretary. She's, an old friend of the family's. Her dad was a classmate of mine at Old Ivy. She's a bright girl, got a good head on her shoulders. Her name is LaRue, Hetty LaRue.
Can I help you, honey?
Scram!
You don't understand, miss. You see, I'm Bud Frump, Mr. Bigley's nephew.
Oh, how do you do? I'm just waiting for Mr. Bratt of personnel. I'm a secretary.
I spotted that the minute you came in.
Oh, thank you. Of course, I'm new at this, and I don't know exactly
Miss
what I'm
LaRue?
doing. Yeah. I mean, yes?
I'm Bert Bratt, personnel. Sorry to catch you waiting.
Oh, not at all, sir. It is I who am late.
Oh, not really.
Oh, yes. I was very naughty this morning. I'm still not accustomed to early arrival.
I understand. Well, if you just come with me, I think we can... Oh, sorry, this is Miss Smith, my secretary.
How are you, dear? Fine, dear. Oh, Mr. Bratt. Mr. Bratt,
Yes, Smitty?
I have to get some new tags with holding blanks.
Yes, you do that, Smitty. Well, if you just come in here with me, I'll get your particulars.
39, 22, 38.
I win the pool!
Boy, isn't she something?
She sure is.
Gentlemen, one moment, please.
Say, Brett, I need a secretary.
So do I.
Gentlemen, Miss LaRue will be assigned according to normal procedure, as soon as her qualifications have been determined.
I'd sure like to determine them.
Me too.
Gentlemen, a secretary is not a toy. No, my boy, not a toy to fondle and dandle and playfully handle in search of some puerile joy. No, a secretary is not, definitely not, a toy.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Bratt.
We wouldn't have it any other way, Mr. Bratt.
It's a company rule, Mr. Bratt.
A secretary is not a toy, no, my boy, not a toy.
So do not go jumping for joy, boy.
A secretary is not.
A secretary is not. A secretary is
Not a toy.
A secretary is not to be used for play therapy. Begins to the girl you employ, boy. Remember, no matter what neurotic trouble you got, a secretary is not a toy.
She's a highly specialized key component of operational unity, a fine and sensitive mechanism to serve the office community. With a mother at home, she supports.
And you'll find nothing like her at FAO Schwartz.
A secretary is not a pet, nor an erector set.
It happened to Charlie McCoy, boy.
They fired him like a shot.
The day the fella forgot,
A secretary is not.
a toy. A secretary is not a toy. And when you put her to use, observe when you put her to use.
That you don't find the name Lionel on her caboose.
A secretary is not a thing wound by key, pulled by string. Her pad is to write in and not spend the night in. If that's what you plan to enjoy, no. The secretary you got is definitely not employed to do a gavotte. Or you know what? Before you jump for joy. Remember this, my boy. A secretary is not a tinker toy.
And so I said, just keep your hands where they belong.
And he said I'd be next in line for promotion.
And so I said, just keep your hands where they belong.
And so he said, I'll be head of sales in a year with a raise.
And so I said, just keep your hands where they belong.
I'm dying to see that new production chart.
So what the heck? I'm having dinner with them.
Did you call my wife and say that I won't be home for dinner?
Yes, and by the way, you left your golf clubs in the office. Tomorrow's Saturday, and you're playing with Mr. Whomper, the chairman of the board.
Yes, well, I'll be staying in town tonight, so I guess I'll just swing by and pick up the clubs in the morning.
And you asked me to remind you of your College Alumni Association.
Oh, yes. Just send them the same check. I just get a kick out of thinking of their faces when they get that big, fat check from old least likely to succeed.
Very well, Mr. Bigley.
Mr. Bigley, there's a phone call for you. It's your wife.
Just great. I mean, I'll take it over there. Thank you. That'll be all, Miss Jones.
Oh, Miss Jones.
Oh, hello, Ponty. How's the young junior executive?
Just fine, Miss Jones. Thanks to the helpful advice I've been getting from you.
Well, I'm glad our little talks have proven valuable.
They sure have. Oh, by the way, good luck tonight.
Good luck?
In the bowling tournament. I hear you're the best bowler on the ladies' team.
How sweet of you to be interested in a thing like that.
I'm fascinated by the hobbies of people I like.
Say, would you like to come watch us bowl tonight?
Gee, I'd love to, Miss Jones. But I have to get up early. I'm working tomorrow.
On Saturday? No one around here works on Saturday. Ponty, you're a very unusual boy. You'll go far.
That means a lot to me, Miss Jones. You're saying that because you're Mr. Bigley's secretary, and he's the man I most want to emulate. He's so capable and thoughtful, I heard him remembering to send a check to his old school. Harvard, isn't it?
Harvard? Don't ever let JB hear you say that. He's a groundhog.
But where did he go to college?
Old Ivy.
Old Ivy?
Of course. They're the groundhogs. Mr. Bigley is very proud of his old school. Well, good night, Ponty.
Good night, Miss Jones.
Don't work too hard.
Don't worry, I won't.
Hello, stranger.
Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Smitty.
Hi, Connie. Been a long day, hasn't it?
Sure has.
You know, I haven't seen you since you got your new job.
Oh, I've been working pretty hard.
Been a long day.
Say, Rosemary, where are you having dinner tonight?
Oh, that depends.
On what?
On where I'm having dinner.
Huh? Oh.
Well, here it is, 5 p.m., the finish of a long day's work. And there they are, both of them, the secretary and the clerk. Not very well acquainted, not very much to say, but I can hear those two little minds ticking away. And she's thinking, I wonder if we take the
There could be quite a thing between us.
And she's thinking he really is a dear. And he's thinking,
But what of my career?
then she says, and he says,
Well, it's been a long day. Well, it's been a long day.
and she's thinking, I wish the tea were more of a float. And he's thinking,
I guess a little flirting won't hurt.
and she's thinking, for dinner we could meet. And he's thinking,
We both have got to eat.
then she says, and he says,
Gesundheit.
thank you.
Well, it's been a long day.
Well, it's been a long
day.
There's a yummy Friday special at Stouffer's. It's $1.90 vegetable plate. And at the bottom of the ad, not bad service for $3.58. To make a bargain, make a date. Wonderful!
It's fate.
Now she's thinking, what clever kind of trap could I spring? And he's thinking,
I might as well forget the whole thing.
and she's thinking, suppose I take his arm. And he's thinking,
Well, really, what's the harm?
then she says, hungry. And he says,
Yeah.
yeah!
Well, it's been a long day. Well, it's been a long day.
Well, it's been a long day.
Blithering, blathering. Oh, there you are. You've been complaining to your mother again. She wants you promoted.
Why not? Other people are being promoted.
Well, I told your Aunt Gertrude that.
Good evening, Mr. Bigley.
Good evening, Miss LaRue.
Uncle Jasper, all I
I
was saying
told
is-
you never to call me that around here.
Sorry, JB.
Now, haven't you got something to do?
I was just going to get my hat and go home.
Good. How do you like your new job, Miss LaRue?
It's a big, fat nothing.
Sweetheart, don't talk that way around here.
I thought you were gonna help me be a big businesswoman, like Estee Lauder or Betty Crocker. So what happens? I'm stuck in the lousy stenographic pool with no one to fish me out.
Shh. Angel, these things take time. Yes, miss. In a large company like Worldwide Wickets, there are many multiple wickets which are very important in the scheme of things. Hetty, I promise.
I give up a wonderful job. Head cigarette girl at Copa.
But the surroundings. You said you hated all those men staring at you, making advances.
It's no different around here in the big business. At least at the Copa, when I got pinched, I got tipped. Around here, a girl can't even bend down to pick up a pencil with confidence.
You mean someone has been bothering you? Who? Just let me know who. Yes, miss. In a large company like Worldwide Facets, there are many multiple wickets which... Who pinched you?
I don't care about that. Look, you did not keep your part of my bargain.
Sweetheart, I meant every word. Tell you what, how about I meet you at your place in 10 minutes and we can talk it over?
No!
But Angel! Yes, miss. In a large company like Worldwide Wickets, why don't you go home?
I'm waiting for the elevator.
Why don't you walk?
It's 30 floors.
Why don't you jump?
Very attractive girl, Miss LaRue.
Huh? Oh, I guess so. I was just trying to make her feel at home. She seems to be a rather shy person.
Yes, well, you do that, JB. I'm having dinner with Mother tonight. She loves having dinner with me. I tell her everything that happens, all day at the office. Now he's thinking
the kid could really put me through hell.
And she's thinking
The kid could even name the hotel.
and he's thinking
I wonder if he did.
and she's thinking
There's blackmail in the air.
and he says
It's a holdup.
and she says
Down.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're promoted.
Well, it's been a long, been a long, been a long, been a long day.
well, it's been a long, been a long, been a long, been a long day. Ha!
Okay, Jackie, that's it.
Yep, all spick and span. I bet now some slob will come and dirty it all up.
Nah, not on a Saturday morning. Come on, let's go do the big shots now.
Good morning.
Is it morning already, sir?
Good God, man. Have you been working all night?
Well, I had a few things to catch up on. I shouldn't be here much longer.
By George, I'm sorry. Your name slips my mind.
Finch, sir. F-I-N-C-H.
Finch. Yes, I've heard a lot of good things about you from my scouts.
Thank you, sir.
You know, Finch, it's great to see a man in there carrying the ball. In fact, you make me feel sort of guilty. I just dropped in to get my clubs. I have to play around with old Wally Womper today. He's the chairman of the board, you know.
I imagine one has to do that sort of thing once in a while.
Now, don't work yourself too hard, Finch. There are limits, you know.
Oh, don't worry about me, sir.
Well, I'll just go get my clubs. What's that you're humming?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't even realize I was humming.
You were humming the old Ivy fight song.
I guess it was unconscious on my part.
Did you go there? Were you a groundhog?
Well, sir, I don't
I'll
like
fix it, boy. I know some guys have an inferiority complex because they didn't go to Yale or Princeton. But you're not ashamed of old Ivy, are you?
No, sir, not a bit.
That's the groundhog spirit. I should have known. When did you graduate? Finch, what year did you graduate?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was just thinking about the big game today. We're playing the Chipmunks.
That's right. I hope those darn chipmunks don't give us too much trouble.
Oh, I think we'll take him. Charnowski's knee is much better.
Oh, with Tarnowski in there, the team's morale should pick up. He's the dirtiest player we've got.
Well, even though we won't be there in person, we'll be rooting for him. Right, sir?
Right.
Groundhog.
Stand, ivy, stand firm and strong. Grand old ivy, hear the cheering throng. Stand, old ivy, and never yield. Rip, rip, rip the chipmunk off the field. When you fall on the ball, and you're down there at the bottom of the heap.
Down at the bottom of the heap.
Where the mud is oh so very, very deep.
Down in the cruddy muddy deep.
Don't forget, boy, that's why they call us Groundhog. Groundhog. Stand, Groundhog. Stand firm and strong. The chipmunk. Grand old ivy, hear the cheering throng. Stand, old ivy, and never yield. Rip, rip, rip the chipmunk off the field.
I enjoyed that, sir.
So did I. Well, I'll just go get my clothes.
What's that you're doing? 26, 27, 28. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I guess this looks kind of silly, but I've always found that knitting helps me relax.
Well, tickle me pink. I knit too.
Really?
Yep. It's great for my nerves. Been doing it for years. The only person that knows is my secretary, Miss Jones. You know her.
Yes, I've met her.
What's that you're doing?
Oh, I thought I'd make a birdcage cover.
Birdcage cover. Well, I've never made one of those, but how do you like this?
Oh, that's beautiful, sir.
And I made the covers for those clubs, see? Popcorn Stitch.
You know, Mr. Bigley, I feel kind of sorry for men who don't knit. They lead empty lives.
I like the way you think, Spink.
Think Finch, sir.
Yes, think Finch. Well, what's your ambition around this place? Bright young fellow like you must have it all planned out.
Well, Mr. Bigley, if I'm ever fortunate enough to be in a place where I have a choice, I'd like to be somewhere where they do something real, down to earth, something a man can sink his teeth into. The advertising department.
Advertising? Son, I wouldn't want that for an old schoolmate of mine. It's too tough, too insecure. Why, we've had 15 new advertising managers in the past year alone. The poor devils, they disappear at a rate of about one a month.
Why is that?
I fire them.
But if you had a man with real ideas, he could swing it.
Ideas. That's what I keep looking for. I keep hiring these men who are supposed to have brilliant ideas, and not one of them will do what I say. No, son, you stick to what you're doing. Very vital department. By the way, where are you?
Plans and systems, Mr. Gatch's department.
Ah, good man, Gatch. You stick with him, and I'll keep my eye on you too.
Well, have a wonderful day, sir. I have to get this done by midnight.
Midnight? That's the groundhog spirit. Groundhog.
Groundhog. Stand tall diving, stand firm and strong. Rip, rip the chipmunk off the field.
Well, I better get going. Old Wallet's probably out there waiting for me.
Goodbye, sir.
Beautiful.
What was that?
A college song?
What college?
I'd say Vassar.
Right, JB? Say, what are we running around here? A sweatshop? We're working that boy too hard. Who? Finch. F-I-N-C-H. Yeah, well, anyway, the lad was here working all weekend. I ought to know. I was there with him working side by side. Well, he needs help. First of all, I want him to have an office of his own. Deserves the best you have available. Oh, nothing too fancy. Don't want him getting any ideas.
Hello, Ponty.
Rosemary, come in. How do you like it?
The first office. It's just beautiful.
It's not bad considering. I thought I'd ask for my name on the door, but then I decided against it because there's no door.
Well, it's still beautiful, Ponty. I can only stay a moment. I just wanted to tell you I had a great time last night.
Me too. I really enjoyed the conversation. Well, I guess I talked all the time.
Well, I enjoyed it. Just one thing, Ponty. About what happens later, after we kissed goodnight. It was our first date, and I don't want you to get the wrong impression of me. I know it's natural for a fella to put the moves on his girl, make a pass at her, but you didn't do anything.
I had to get up early. Sir? Miss?
I'm Miss LaRue, honey.
What can I do for you, Miss LaRue?
A secretary was ordered to be assigned to you. I'm your assignation.
You didn't tell me you were getting a secretary.
I just found out myself.
Well, happy dictation.
Bye.
Please, won't you sit, Miss LaRue?
Thanks.
Now, Miss LaRue.
Oh, just call me Hetty.
Well, I think that perhaps in a business relationship...
You're cute.
Excuse me a moment.
Choosing a secretary can be fraught with peril. Take a good look at the young lady who has been assigned to you. If she is so attractive that you feel things are too good to be true, be very careful. It could be that one of the big men in the company is interested in her career. There's a simple test for this. Check on her secretarial skill. The smaller her abilities, the bigger her protector.
Miss LaRue, let's try some dictation. Take a letter.
Shoot.
This is to Mr. Gatch. Dear Mr. Gatch, pursuant to our recent discussion.
Wait a minute. You trying to catch a train?
What are you taking this down in?
Longhand. It's safer. I make up for it when I type.
Oh, you type fast.
Like a jackrabbit. 12 words a minute.
Uh-huh. Now, Miss LaRue, Hetty, what was your last position?
I was in the tobacco business. But then Mr. Bigley,
Mr. Bigley.
he got me interested in wickets. So I matriculated myself into the business school. And well, here I am.
Yes, you certainly are, aren't you?
Go ahead, dictate some more. I'm gonna like this jazz.
Hetty, let that letter wait for a moment. I'd like for you to take this to Mr. Gatch.
Mr. Gatch.
Uh-huh, he's my boss. Make sure you give it to Mr. Gatch himself. Hetty, personally.
Okay, Charlie.
Hello, Mr. Gatch's office. One moment. Mr. Gatch, Mr. Finch's secretary is outside and she'd like to see you personally.
Have her come in.
I'll get her. One moment.
Mr. Gatch,
Yes?
I'm Mr. Finch's secretary. He asked me to give you this personally.
Wait! What are you, doing tonight?
I've got a date with my gentleman friend.
Oh, come on! Come on! You're in the big time now. No sense in fooling with small fry.
Hello, Mr. Finch's office. One moment. It's for you. Production.
Hello, Finch speaking. Huh? Oh, yes. I'm in charge of plans and systems now. Mr. Gatch. Oh, he's been transferred to one of our out-of-town offices. Venezuela.
Say, there you are. I was just trying to call you. Did you hear? We're getting a new vice president in charge of advertising.
Another one? Who's it this time?
A fellow by the name Ovington. Benjamin Burton Daniel Ovington.
BBDO.
I bet that's why Bigley hired him. Anyways, we're giving him a reception tonight.
In the executive club on the roof.
I wonder how long this guy's gonna last.
I don't know, but we're giving him the full treatment. You can have your secretaries come. We're inviting all the executive secretaries to act as hostesses.
Okay, Brat.
BBDO.
Rosemary, I had lunch without you. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been made secretary to the new advertising manager.
Oh, really? What's he like?
I don't care about him. But this means that I'm invited to the reception this evening, and Ponty will be there. Oh, Smitty, I've been dreaming of a chance like this. Ponty has never seen me all dressed up. You know, glamorous. Do you know what this is?
Your lunch?
Smitty, this is the answer on how to succeed with Finch, a brand new dress. It's just beautiful.
Well, good luck, Rosemary. I hope it works.
Well, thanks, Smitty.
You know, maybe I should get a new dress for tonight, too.
What a great idea. I hope you're very popular at the party.
Maybe I will be at that. I think I'll start a secret rumor that I'm a nymphomaniac.
I stepped out this afternoon and got some love and show. The most exclusive dress from Get Perry. It's sleek, it's chic, it's madly freak with sexy on the dirt. It's me, it's absolutely me. And why one guy? This irresistible Paris original I'm wearing tonight. I'm wearing tonight, especially for him. This irresistible Paris original, all paid for and mine. I must look divine, especially for him. Suddenly he will see me, and suddenly he'll outdream me, and blame it all on his own masculine will, never knowing that this irresistible Paris original, so temptingly tight, I'm wearing tonight, especially for him. For him. For him. Irresistible Paris original, I'm wearing tonight. She's wearing tonight, and I could spit. Some irresponsible dress manufacturer just didn't play fair. I'm one of a pair, and I could, oh no, this irresistible Paris original, all Slinky would say. Already slunky, and I could die, and I could kill her, and I could. This irresistible Paris original, très sexy, n'est-ce pas? What is this, voila? And I could spit. Oh, 39 bucks I hand out for something to make me stand out. And suddenly I've gone into mimeograph.
Some laugh.
This irresistible Paris original, this mass-produced crime, I'm wearing tonight for the very last time.
What a dress!
Hetty, will you have a drink?
I never touch anything alcoholic before 5 p.m.
It's 10 after 5.
Which way's the booze?
Right over here.
I'll have a double martini.
Here he is, boys and girls. You know, our advertising department has been in trouble for a long time. But I think we now have a fellow who's going to help put Worldwide Wickets back on top. Mr. Benjamin Burton Daniel Ovington.
Thanks, boys and girls. I just want to say that I'm proud to be joining the Worldwide Wicket family. I don't know much about wickets, but I do know about advertising. My theory of advertising can be summed up in one sentence. Shove it down their throats with a soft sell.
Good sound thinking.
And I'd like to say...
Benjamin Burton Daniel Ovington? What kind of name is that?
But I'd like to say...
Bud.
You call this a double martini? There's only one olive in it.
I'd like to say that...
Bud, Mr. Bigley wants you to take Miss LaRue home. She doesn't seem to be feeling well.
I'm feeling fine.
You feel terrible.
Hey, Finchy, let's dance.
And I'd like to say that...
I'm already dancing with Rosemary.
Everybody dance.
Furthermore, I'd like to
Ouch!
say that...
Oh, come on, Hetty. Hetty. Come on, Hetty. JB wants me to take...
Bud, you must have heard the rumor.
Oh, Hetty.
Wow, that elevator made me dizzy.
Come on, Hetty.
What I need is a shower.
But JB wants me to take you home.
No, I'm going to JV's office. He has a private shower. I'll take a shower and then come back to the party.
Okay. Have a nice shower, Hetty.
Thanks, Bud. You know, you're cute. Not as cute as Finch, but you're cute.
Not as cute as Finch? Going back up to the party, Pete?
Yeah.
Well, tell Finch I want to see him down here right away. Tell him it's important.
Okay.
Old sexy Hetty is in there taking a shower. And I've got a little something up my sleeve. That'll put little old Finchy right out on his... Hello, Finch.
What's this all about, Bud?
JB wants you to go to his office. He'll meet you there.
But I just saw him. He didn't say anything.
I guess he didn't want to say anything in front of Ovington.
You don't suppose your
I
uncle's...
don't know anything. All I know is that I was told to tell you to go there.
Well, I haven't seen his office anyway. Thanks, Bud.
You're welcome. Goodbye, Finchy. Hello, Uncle Jasper. Olé!
Someday. Someday.
Guess who?
Mr. Bigley?
No, it's me!
Oh, Hetty. I was supposed to meet Mr. Bigley here.
Mr. Bigley? He's not coming. Somebody gave you a bum steer.
I should have known it was a rib. Well, I better be...
What's your hurry?
I think I'd better be going back to the party.
It's more fun down here.
Well, I think I'd better.
You're anxious to get back to that Rosemary, huh? Are you stuck on her?
Rosemary? Oh, she and I are just good friends.
That's very sensible. An up-and-coming young chap like you shouldn't be tied down. I've been watching you, Buster. You're going places.
Venezuela. Look, Hetty.
Wouldn't JB die if he walked in and found you kissing me?
Frankly, I'd rather he didn't.
Come on, let's try it.
Uh-uh.
You'd better, Finch. If you don't kiss me, I'll tell JB you did.
Okay. Just once. Rosemary.
Huh?
Can't you hear it? Rosemary.
Rosemary?
That kiss.
What about that kiss?
Rosemary.
It is highly insulting to think of two broads in the middle of one kiss.
I'm sorry, Hetty, but something happened. I can't
Finch,
explain.
you are in love.
That's right. Finch is in love. It's like music all around me. Like a symphony. I must have been in love ever since she took my particulars.
And you found this out by kissing me?
Yes, Hetty.
I don't know my own strength.
Suddenly there is music in the sound of your name. Rosemary. Rosemary was the melody locked inside me, till at last out it came. Rosemary. Rosemary, just imagine if we kissed, what a crescendo. Not to be missed. As for the rest of my lifetime program, give me more of the same. Rosemary. Rosemary, there is wonderful music in the very sound of your name.
Ponty, I heard Bud from talking at the party. Where is she?
Rosemary, something wonderful has happened.
What are you talking about?
Can't you hear it? Suddenly there is music in the sound of your name.
I can't hear a thing.
Rosemary, just listen, it's all around me like a beautiful pink sky.
Now look here, J. Pierpont Finch. Have you lost your mind?
Rosemary, darling, will you marry J. Pierpont Finch?
Now I hear it. I hear it. Oh, I hear it. Suddenly there is music in the sound of your name. J. Pierpont.
Rosemary, just imagine if we kissed. rest of my lifetime program. Give me more of the same. Rosemary, there is wonderful music in the very sound of your name. Oh, honey, I've been so wrapped up in trying to get ahead that I never realized. It's as though I'm seeing you for the first time.
And I'm seeing you for the first time. You have on 2 different shades of lipstick. Mine and hers.
Oh, Rosemary, this is very easily explained. You don't understand.
Yes, I do. Well, don't let me keep you. Go back to making love to her, to kissing her. Take her home for the weekend. I don't care.
What will I do?
Let's do as she said. Uh-oh. Get back in there.
I have nothing to hide.
Yes, you do, and keep it hidden. You snake, kiss me.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought.
Oh, Mr. Bigley, it's all my fault. I insisted that Finch show me your office.
Well, I see. Actually, I just came in to wash up.
Excuse me.
Finch, I owe you an apology.
You do? For what?
Never mind. However, I want you to know that I do not approve of what you were doing when I came in. I care for nothing like that between executives and their secretaries.
But Miss Pilkington is not my secretary.
Oh, yes, good point.
There you are, JB. We've been looking for you.
I haven't finished my speech
You made a
yet.
fine speech.
Yes, you did. Very good speech.
Ovington, this is Finch of Plans and Systems.
How do you do, Mr. Ovington?
How do you do?
I didn't get a chance to tell you at the party, but I'm very interested in advertising, and I've read a lot about you in Fortune magazine. Some wonderful stuff.
Oh, thank you.
By the way, JB, did you know that Mr. Ovington was an All-American halfback at college?
Is that so? Where'd you play at, Ovington?
Ah, the greatest little college in the world, Northern State.
A chipmunk.
I sure am a chipmunk. Did you see the way we murdered the groundhogs last Saturday?
Ovington, I'm not a bigot. I've hired men from all colleges. Wolverines, Buckeyes, Badgers, Hornets, Trojans, but never a chipmunk. Your resignation is accepted.
Rip, rip, rip the chipmunk off the field.
Chipmunk rock, chip, 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 chipmunk.
That was an arrow squeak.
It was a big shock to me.
Finch, it's a good thing you're on the ball when it comes to advertising.
Say, JB, what are we going to do for new advertising manager?
Finch, maybe it's fate that you happen to be here at this very moment. You've always wanted the Bronson job. Do you think you can handle it?
I don't know, sir.
If there's one thing I admire in a man, it's humility. Finch, I'm making you vice president in charge of advertising.
Me? A vice president?
JB, I don't want to question your decision. Finch is very bright, but he's rather inexperienced and...
I like him.
I like him.
I think we've hit on something here, Brat. This boy is loaded with great ideas.
Ideas? Tell us some of them, Finch.
Well, sir, I haven't had time to...
Where are those ideas, boy?
Well, the thing is, I just
Put up or shut up, son.
But, sir, I'd like to
You'd better get on the ball or you're going to be out of here like a shot.
But, sir, I'd like to be able to give you a clear-cut campaign.
Finch can tell us all of his ideas tomorrow when the plans board meets.
Fine. Finch, you've got 48 hours to make an advertising presentation. Better get going, Finch. You're a vice president in full charge of advertising, and frankly, up to now, I'm pretty dissatisfied with your work.
I don't care what happens. I'm a vice president. Vice President Finch. Now, let's see. Oh, girls, you can come out now.
Thanks, Rosemary.
Rosemary, I've got a surprise for you. I've been made a vice president.
Congratulations. Can I be your secretary?
Gee, I'd love that, Hetty. But Rosemary is going to be my secretary.
I'll go back to the steno pool. Guess I'll wait for that pigeon till after he's married.
Rosemary?
I'm going to be your secretary.
Sure, you were Mr. Ovington's secretary, and now I'm taking over his whole department.
But what makes you think that I'd be your secretary? I'd rather die.
Rosemary, you must. I'm in charge of advertising now. You know what a tough job that is? I can only do it if I have your help. Rosemary, I need you.
You do? Well, in that case, I'll be your secretary.
Good, now let's get to work.
Just like that? Haven't you forgotten something?
Oh, yeah. Hello, operator? Who paints names on office doors?
Finch, aren't you going to kiss me?
Kiss you? I can't.
Why not?
You're my secretary. Wait a minute, Rosemary. Hello, name painter?
Wait a minute, Rosemary. Hello, name painter.
This is Mr. Finch. I want my name on my door in gold leaf.
Oh!
J. Pierpont Finch. J. Pierpont.
Suddenly there is music
All capitals.
in the sound of life.
Yes, block letters. J. Pierpont.
Rosemary.
Vice President. In charge of advertising.
Must be a way to stop him. There must be. There must.
My lifetime program will be more of the same.
The usual spelling. J.
Pierpont. J. Pierpont.
Rosemary.
I can't stand it!
Whatever